Junior Mint, are you done with Hoopty Patrol over there?
No, not yet.
Not yet? Well, it's coming along pretty nice. Hey guys, welcome back to the Wizard Shop. I actually got a pretty cool letter in the mail today just before filming from Joel Whitinger, aka Joel the Ornery is what he calls himself. He gave me a little tip in there. Buy lunch, I guess. He says he's really appreciative of the buy this, not that videos, so actually that's what we're going to do today on Cadillac. So thanks for the tip, Joel. Appreciate it. Cadillac's been around since the early 1900s. There's 1908, 1909 Cadillacs. They've been around for a long, long time. It's as American as apple pie. So we're getting ready to do the buy this, not that Cadillac. And I thought we'd have the old Fleetwood Slowham, which is still waiting for us to get time to get to it. And we're actually getting caught up in the shop. We're getting to that point where we can jump in on the Fleetwood Slowham. So it's coming, guys. We're getting there. So today we're going to do buy this, not that Cadillac. So starting with Cadillac in the small segment with the small cars, the one I would recommend to buy is 2003 to 2007 CTS. Specifically without the 3.6 liter. And it's a lot of these cars I'm going to mention today, I'm going to say not the 3.6 liter. This one I would recommend is specifically the 4-cylinder model. These cars actually look pretty decent. And you can buy them really cheap on Craigslist now. You can get them for anywhere from $2 to $5 grand in that range with the 4-cylinder. They're fairly reliable. I've talked to people that have owned them. They haven't had a whole lot of trouble. No car brand out there is going to be fault-free or error-free. Every car in the world has issues. But for the most part, these don't have a huge swath of issues with them. That would be the one I recommend in the small segment to buy. Now, I've got a couple cars in the not to buy segment here that are older cars. And just as I've mentioned before in other buy this, not that videos, oh, Car Wizard, that's an old car. Nobody buys those anymore. Yes, they do. I have text messages and Facebook messengers chock full from the car group I'm a member of here in Wichita. Hey, Wizard, here's this old car. Should I buy it? Here's this old 1978 this or that. And it's like, really? There's really people still buying this stuff, and I had to come to the conclusion, yes, there are people buying these cars. So, the one not to buy is 1981 to 1988 Cadillac Cimarron. Basically, this is a rebadged Chevy Cavalier. And the older Cavaliers weren't too bad, but that's not the problem here. The problem here is you're buying a Cadillac, and you're getting a Cavalier. Other than a few facelift or a little thick changes in the interior, you're still under the skin, it's a Cavalier. The sales on these cars was very, very poor, and there's a reason for that. They're hideous. People, you drive up into that and say, yeah, it's a Cadillac, and they'll say, no, that's not. That's not a Cadillac, guy. Come on. Yes, it is. It's a Cadillac. That's a Cavalier. I really didn't have a whole lot of trouble, but the fact is they're old by now. And in some of the forums I'm members of, you know, I'm scrolling, looking to see if there's any new messages, any new posts, and boom, there's a Cimarron. Hey guys, look what I found on Craigslist. I'm going this Thursday to pick it up. Yes, people are still buying these cars. So don't buy one of those cars. You'll be severely disappointed. I'm telling you, don't do it. Now we'll move on to the midsize segment. And the one I recommend to buy is 2004 to 2011 Cadillac STS. This is the kind of a squarish, square body. They had the 3.6 and the North Star in them. And like I've said before, no to the 3.6 liter. Those things are trash. They're breaking. They're at the point now in a lot of cars where they're just breaking left and right. On my Identifix account that I use, you can scroll through any car that has that motor, and they'll be just like the Ford 5.4 3-valve Triton. New engine, new engine, new engine, new engine, new engine. Forget the 3.6. But in the North Star, the newer North Stars, they actually fixed a lot of head gasket issues, and they really didn't have a whole lot of trouble. And except for that issue, the North Star engine is actually a very good engine. It's good on a fuel, it's got good power, and they're reliable. So The STS is very stylish. Again, you can find them pretty cheap. They're not super expensive. And if you get one with the North Star motor, I would say Wizard approved. That's a one to buy in the Cadillac midsize segment. And here we go again with old cars. The one not to buy is 1979 to 1985 Seville. These cars look hideous. The trunk is slanted in the back. It looks like someone took a knife and cut the back end of it off, a hot knife or something. These had the Oldsmobile diesels, just like this one has in it. They had the dreaded HT 4100. I think that motor was worse than the Oldsmobile diesel. They just, head gaskets galore. And I know you guys are saying, come on, Wizard, nobody buys those anymore. I just got last week someone sending me a picture. I found one of these. My grandpa had one, and it brings back nostalgia. I'm going this weekend to buy one. And I just put my face, you know, the emoji face palm. It's like, oh my goodness, really? So here we are, not to buy. Don't buy those. You will be disappointed, especially when you go to try to buy parts for it. Don't do it. So now we're getting into the large car segment. I'm actually going to show you guys a car that I drool over. The one to buy in the large car segment is the 2016 or newer Cadillac CT6. This one's kind of actually sits between mid and large, but I'm calling it a large car because it's pretty big. And I've seen just a couple of these cars in the shop. I haven't seen a whole lot of them, but when they have come in the shop and I sit inside, it's just like, wow, this is really beautiful. Again, not the 3.6. They have these with a twin turbo 3.0. They have them with a twin turbo 4.2 V8. You can even get them with a turbo 2-liter 4-cylinder, which is decent. It's adequate. Get one of those. Don't get the 3.6 if you're looking at these cars. But these cars are absolutely beautiful. They're still expensive. They're in the $25,000, $30,000, $35,000 range. But if you're looking at a BMW in this range, get the Cadillac. Let's bring it back to America. It's just a beautiful, beautiful car. It looks awesome. They really did a good job on this one. I recommend that one to buy. The one not to buy, 2000 to 2005 Deville. And you guys already know why. The head gaskets, especially 2001, really older than that, 98, 99, but I'm just specifically picking the 2000 to 05. Like, if you watch one of my previous videos, I talk about this problem, and the reason why I'm saying no is the head gaskets, but also because when you do fix the head gaskets, it costs more than the vehicle's worth to fix it. You can buy these cars for $2,000, $2,500, and spend $5,000 fixing the head gaskets at a dealership or a reputable shop. If you're in the budget and that's about what you can afford, you're definitely not going to be able to afford to fix it when it breaks. So just walk away. Just say, no, I know it's a beautiful car. It looks awesome. I really do like them. But from a standpoint that you guys are in the market and in that budget range, don't do it. I recommend not to do it.
Car Wizard, it sounds like you have personal experience.
Yeah, I owned an 02. I had an 02 that I purposely bought it with head gaskets blown, and I thought, well, you know what, I'm going to fix it. I've never done one of these before. Let's go for it. And I pulled the whole motor out. I converted it to head studs with North Star Performance head stud kit. The kit was awesome. The job was awesome. I never had another lick of problems with it after that. No more head gasket issues. But I don't want to go through that again. I don't want you guys to go through that. So don't do it. Take my word. Now we move on to the sport utility SUV segment, and the one I recommend to buy is 2007 to 2014 Escalade. Now I know the newer ones, 15, 16, look better than these, but then when you jump to that year range, 15, 16, the price just flies up really fast because they're very desirable and they're beautiful cars. But if you can step back to the 07 to 14 range, the prices are starting to drop because people are looking away from those, not because there's something wrong with them, but because they want the newer next best thing. You can pick these up 20 grand, 18 grand, 19. I mean, they're really a good price for what you're getting, and they have the LS-based, not an LS motor, but an LS-based motor, the 6 liters and 6.2 and whatnot. Really, they don't have a whole lot of trouble with these cars other than they do have some lifter cam issues, but other than that, They're a good car. The interiors are beautiful, the styling is beautiful, they ride really nice, and for the price, you can't go wrong. So those are the ones I recommend to buy in the SUV category. One I recommend not to buy is 2004 to 2009 Cadillac Srx. Now some of these had a North Star in it, and they kind of have moved past the head gasket issue, but they're in this package, they're so hard to work on. The engine is shoehorned in there. It's harder to work on than the Deville is, as far as reaching in and accessing it. It's just crammed in there. The engine's not really a problem. The problem is working on it, which is going to be either expensive for you at a shop or hard and time-consuming for you as a do-it-yourself mechanic. And really, these cars are starting to look dated. They're getting a lot of miles on them. They're starting to get really worn out. They've made it down to second, third, and fourth hand owners, and they're really ragged out by now. They're going for $2 or $3 grand, $4 grand, maybe at the most. A lot of them are ragged out. And again, not the 3.6. You can get those motors in these cars. You will regret it. They probably haven't been maintained, and you'll pay for it. So don't buy that one in the SUV category. Stay away from those. Now we move on to the last category, which is sports car. And Cadillac does have some entries in this category. The one I would recommend to buy is any year Cadillac Xlr. This is basically a Chevy Corvette with a Cadillac body on it and a Cadillac interior. An LS motor, a true LS motor. Very fast, very sporty. It looks awesome. I think they look amazing. I think they look better than the Corvette personally, because I'm more of a luxury car type of a guy. So if you're in the category and you're looking for a sports car, don't pass up the Cadillac Xlr. You can get a good deal on those as well now. You're basically buying a Corvette for cheaper than a Corvette. They're really an awesome car. So that's what I recommend to buy in the sports car segment. The one not to buy is 1987 to 1993 Cadillac Allante. And some of you say, what the heck's an Allante? Go Google it. It's an Italian designed, made Cadillac. They actually, as far as the body's concerned and things, they actually made them in Italy and flew them over in special 737 or 747, I don't remember, jets. They're designed by Pininfarina, which is kind of cool, but not if you're looking for parts. Those cars have dropped in value so much. I read an article on Haggerty.com about the Allante when I was doing this, getting set up for this video, and it showed a graph, and it just drops and drops and drops, down to $2 or $3 grand. It's like, wow, nobody wants these anymore. And again, like I've said, I've had people send me pictures. Check out this Allante, wizard. I found one. It's up in Nebraska. And I'm like, no, run. Don't do it. I mean, it's like, who would want to buy one of these? They had some different style Italian motors in the beginning. Then they did move to a North Star based motor, but the parts and the repairs on these are so expensive. It doesn't take but a snap of a finger and you've exceeded the value of the vehicle in repairs. They're just not worth it. Stay away from any Allante. Don't do it. So anyways, I've got to get back over to the Hoopty Patrol and make sure Junior Mint hasn't killed himself trying to drill holes in it or do something crazy. Actually, Junior Mint's a pretty good mechanic. I'm really pleased with him. We're going to go check on the progress on that thing. Any tools that I've used in previous videos, you want to see what kind of tools I used, check out my Amazon affiliates in the link below. If you haven't subscribed already, click the subscribe button. Many more cool videos to come. And thanks for watching, guys.